Hi Mooji, thank you for accepting my friend request. Hi Mooji, thank you for accepting my friend request. I listen to your YouTube videos and I find you very inspiring, uplifting and calming. You really help me to stay in the moment, and I have a question if you don't mind me asking. I find that when I'm in the moment, I have a lot of sadness and I cry. But should I just watch it or not cry? And how do I do I watch it or do I feel it? How do I watch it or do I feel it? Or do I just bring myself back to the moment? This confuses me. Yeah, it confuses me too. It confuses me. I am not sure what to do, what I should be doing. Sometimes you say, stay in the moment, no matter what. Don't get caught up in the mind. Other times you say, just let everything come to you, the emotions, feelings, and you say, feel everything full force, not really sure what you mean. I understand if you can't answer, no problem. I'll just keep listening to you YouTube videos. Bless you, Madeline. Madeline. Let me see. So, I find that when I'm in the moment, I have a lot of sadness and I cry. But should I just watch it and not cry? Let's start there. You're in the moment. Sometimes when people, what you mean by being in the moment? I mean that you're not concerned about the past or the future. And so there is you come to a place maybe of rest or emptiness. If you're not, if the attention is not swinging to the past, how much time is in the past? Oh, so much things you can go to past. Future, oh, so much you can project. Now, if you're not swinging this way or that way, then in this moment, something is a bit empty here. You see? You're not shopping for anything. You simply come to a place of rest. So perhaps coming to this place of rest, it allows some stale energies, some trapped energies to come to the surface. In much the same way that if you are in the company of a holy person or a very, sort of centered being, somehow you sometimes start to talk to them like you know them, or you even cry or start laughing. You act out of character or something, because the space is allowed there, and something moves in you to enter that space, which is peaceful. You see? So then perhaps this could be one of the reasons why you're just crying. Then the mind comes and you start to want to do big analysis. Should I just watch it and don't cry? I said, no, why? Cry. Let the crying happen, And how do I watch it or do I feel it? It's too much. Just relax, let everything. Don't be a policeman inside your own head. Just let it just be there. If you let things happen without over-analyzing, just let them happen. Again, you exhaust it. It just gets burped out. Simple things, Simple things. Or do I just bring myself back to the moment? But you are in the moment. When you're in the moment, something is very auspicious, very true, very real. You're not fantasizing, you're empty. What does it mean being in the moment? Like I said before, no past, no future. Even one step further, maybe no present even. No present means what? Not looking at what's going on now. Now is only another stepping stone between what's past and what may come. There's something more true than present, and that is presence. Presence. Being aware of your presence, not present even. Present is a link in time, but presence is not in that category. Self-aware, that is what presence is, you see. So this confuses me. I am not sure what to do, what I should be doing. Sometimes you say, stay in the moment, no matter what. Don't get caught up in the mind. Yes. And other times you say, just let everything come to you. The emotions, feelings, and you say, feel everything full force. Not sure what you mean. So, actually, our cultured language and so on is never enough. It cannot explain everything. Because, it's not like life is a book that you study, page 2 and page 17. It's not like this. The language is only a clue to enter a field which cannot be explained. All language is a kind of metaphor for that self. It cannot explain, it's not mathematics. And so somehow there is some a sensing rather than a knowing, a knowledge about something. You come into a kind of synchronicity, into a field of synchronicity. You see? And there, you, at a certain point, you find that everything is exploding into paradoxes. Like it's not just linear. Understanding is not just linear. 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4, this is a rabbit, this is a pig, this is, it's not, this is very basic thing. You see? But more you're sensing life, more intuitive, feeling, energetically. You see, you don't set out to do that. It just begins to emerge within you like that. You didn't even know about it before. But just by somehow the life is leading you, you don't know what it's bringing. At a certain point you begin to sense, but like, no, we don't do this now. But why? Just don't know, we just don't do this now. And you really have a real clear feeling of conviction about that. Because it's an intuition, it's not where you're thinking, you're not deciding. You're sensing, and the life becomes like a dance. You're moving in that synchronized field more and more like that. And as I said before, it's happening automatically. What is happening automatically, intuitively, has more power, more truth than the things you try to practice and use skill. You see? Because that's always something more rigid. You're using certain kind of methodology and formula or something. It doesn't work. Life is much, much more subtle than that. You see? So of course, sometimes if you're listening only logically, you will say, but you said yesterday something else. I said, not only yesterday. You see? To each one, you may give, to the same question, to each person you may give a different answer. And each of those answers are right in that moment and for this one. And he said, but I don't understand. You can't understand. You have to go beyond the usual kind of understanding. You're relying upon rationality and so on. You see? And also because there's some resistance in you. It's not that you just don't understand and then you start to resist. You start to resist first, and then your mind can't understand. You see? So this is why I say that the Lord say, you can study me with all your great intelligent beings come together to try and study me. You cannot accurately discover 1 second of my existence. But if you love me, I'm all yours. You see? It's very different. You try to figure me out, you're not smart enough. Huh? Because what? You're only a character in my book of life. I write all the parts. And can you imagine if the characters in a book decide we don't believe in the author? He doesn't exist. Huh? Do they have that autonomy? So again, as I you say that in the moment, and you say stay in the moment, and no matter what, and don't get caught up in the mind. So sometimes it's an appropriate thing to say, you see. And then I also say, just let everything come to you, the emotions and feelings, and feel everything full force. Not only will I say to one person one thing, another person another thing, I may say to the same person, different thing, a different time. How are you going to follow? You see, only one can really follow when you're empty. When you're empty, you can change shape. You can be in a direction, you can change, you can be going like this, turn around, nothing, and you're not worried, you're not thinking, oh, I wasted time, and it's just empty. But when you develop a certain approach and you start to feel, yeah, I've invested time in this, you see? And somebody said, well, you're going the wrong way, the thing is over here. I say, yes, but I'll get there eventually. I know where I'm going. You see? So one who is empty is totally universal and flexible, fresh. The studied one is always a bit stale. It's coming from the past, coming from technique. The self does not need any technique. You see, technique is already late. Everything is late. The busy person is the show is finished. So I understand if you can't answer, no problem. I just keep listening to your YouTube videos. And bless you, Madeline.